Always, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell to be notified for future videos. Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Fish Tank. I am Cole, and today is the Who's Up for the Challenge friendly build-off with Mike's Mods and Customs. So a little while ago, me and Mike decided to do another friendly build-off, and the challenge was take a casting you're not really comfortable doing and turn it into something cool. What I have for you today is this futuristic Matchbox. It's very crusty and it's kind of rusty. Let's see what we're going to do with it today. I think you're going to like the final result. Let's jump right into it. Alright, as normal, we are going to drill and take this casting apart. This casting was, it was fairly easy to take apart, I would have to say. No real big struggles. It is a metal on metal base, and when it did come apart, it just popped apart really. Nothing too crazy. So what we have here is an interior piece, a glass piece, and then the wheel suspension, as you see right there. And then after we took the whole car apart, we then had to grab our drill again. Remember, safety first, always. And we had to drill out those rivets. Those rivets were, I think they were plastic rivets technically, because they just, honestly, they just came apart. And what I like to do with this stuff is just drill really slow and just wait until that plastic pops right out, like it did right there. Once that happens, you can remove the wheels if you choose, and then you can put that plastic piece off to the side with everything else. Once we were to that stage, we are going to move on to the paint stripper ready. Chum bucket's ready to go, and we put both pieces in because I noticed on the base it was like either chrome painted or chromed, like texturized. I'm guessing it's paint. It's really old, and this car was full of dirt and gosh knows what else. So once it was out of the stripper, then we are just going to analyze it real quick, see what we got to do. It stripped pretty well, and this car was probably sitting in there for about, say, a day or two, because I was kind of worried that that paint was going to be a bit thicker than normal, and obviously it was, because I did check it a couple times. And now we are moving on to our wire brush. Remember, guys, do not have a Dremel tool right now, but we do have the wire brush, and in my opinion, it gets the job done, and it keeps it, it gets enough grime and goo off that the primer sticks perfectly, and we have no issues. So the plan for this car today is, it's a fairly simple one. I wanted to make it like this, like futuristic, like I guess FBI kit kind of car. So how I'm going to do that is fairly simple. So I got these blacked out wheels from Full Custom Diecast. Thank you very much, my friend. Those turned out amazing on this car, just so you know. And then I'm gonna paint the whole car black, re-chrome the motor, and we're just gonna go from there. So what I'm doing now is, obviously, I am tapping and, well, drilling and tapping are casting. And remember, guys, always use a lubricant on your tap, because I forgot to on this build, and it was a pain in the butt because I really felt like that tap was gonna break. So always remember, use lubricant. Alright, so now, as you see here, those are those custom wheels I was telling you guys about. I grabbed the smallest drill bit that I had because I have this piano wire. It's a bit thicker. I think it's like a 1/14 or like a 1/15. And the hole that our good friend over at Full Custom Diecast provided was a little bit too small. It was really made for the smallest piano wire that you could buy. So I just grabbed our smallest drill bit there, and I just took it and carefully drilled it out. And believe it or not, it was easy to do. There was no real troubles, and it did what I needed to do. Once I was done with that, I did put it on some axles that you'll see next, and then we glued both ends. So that was a pretty cool process. You guys see me do that process before, and believe it or not, when I was going through all this feed, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff I missed recording, and I just feel really bad because I absolutely hate when I skip steps for you guys, because I want you guys to learn, and I want you guys to figure out everything best as possible for me. And speaking of that, if you guys have any questions, please put them down below in the comments, or contact me on Instagram if you guys have any comments, because I would love to answer them, and I would love for you guys to ask any questions that you may have, just so you know. So here's like me now just scaling up the car and just doing like the mock, and I was like, this is where it's coming together. It's starting to look really, really cool.
Meanwhile, back in the fish tank.
After we put the casting aside, I decided to move on to the plastic pieces, and we got the old hot tub back out. It's been a while since we've seen this, and we just threw all of our plastics in. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this car was filthy. Like, the glass was gross, there was dirt and stuff on it, the interior really needed a touch up, and the plastic axle like support piece, it was covered in rust, obviously, and I kind of wanted to remove that before, you know, we put brand new axles and tires on it and reinstalled it into the car. I just thought it would be appropriate. So, as you see here, there is hot water in this. Be careful, don't want to burn yourself, and when you're doing this, make sure you give it all a good scrub, so all your plastic pieces are clean. Next, obviously, as you see me here, I am working on the front axles, so we are using our piano wire. We got our Sharpie, because we're going to measure it off, and we got our vice grips, and we're going to cut it to length. So that's that. And then after we did this, and we made sure it was the correct size, we put both, well, we put one, well, no, you put both wheels on, just to make sure it fits. And for this step, guys, I would make sure you give yourself a little bit extra axle, because that will help you predict how much glue you want to put on each end. So once these rear axles were all dry and stuff, I grabbed our chrome pen, and I just dabbed a little bit of chrome just so it looked like a point from, like, I don't know, like something like you would see naturally. So it's like a chrome bolt. I don't know, I just thought that detail is something that's like one of those really subtle things that you should do to just make your car pop a little more. The smallest details count in this hobby. That's what I have to say. I think they're very, very important. All right, so now we're gonna move on. We got our chrome pen again, and as you see here, there's kind of some residue of chrome before, and I believe, I could be wrong, so you Matchbox enthusiasts out there, please tell me, was this interior chromed at one point in time? And if so, did I do a good job recovering it? Because I felt like I did a really, really good job remastering or fixing this interior. What do you guys all think? I forgot how, not a pain in the butt, but on how difficult it is to make sure that the re-chroming something looks like neat and it looks like it's good, not like, or like not half, it's not half done, or it's just not complete, you know what I mean? Like, make sure that you completed all the spots, get into the weird places like under the steering wheel, behind the seats, the front half of the motor, stuff like that. So it's just not half done, it looks complete. So once we were done with that, we're gonna move on to our where we started with. There was a lot of stuff, like I said, that I missed out on recording, but this is what we started with, guys. This was a pretty cool casting, in my opinion, as it is. It was pretty rusty and crusty, and she really, really needed some help. So I thought it would be appropriate to put her into this challenge. Plus, futuristic cars aren't really my thing, obviously, and I thought I would take a shot. So let's go see the final result. So this is the final result, guys, and I know I didn't really show like the paint process, but I went with a flat black from Rust-Oleum's. I chromed out at the front and rear bumper. I did I chromed out the glue from the wheels just so it pops. I did the details. The motor was chromed out. Did the details in the back, and I also did the exhaust. Guys, so this is my entry for the Who's Up for the Challenge with Mike's Mods and Customs. Guys, thank you for stopping by the fish tank, and make sure to go check out Mike's video. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.